Mr. Rod, man. Yo.
What's up, boy?
I mean, it's been a beautiful week. I had a great time. This is something I've been trying to do for quite some time. Good friend of mine in the building right now. Bring it back, guests on the couch. Like I said, we've had discussions about making every episode, or as many episodes as we can going forward, / current events / guests on the couch. Combine best of both worlds, right? And for that episode, I got my good boy, Cameron, in the building. Cameron, what is going on, baby?
Hey, everyone. I'm so glad I finally made it. Feels like it's been months in the coming and finally here. So.
I know, you're finally here, bro, and I'm happy because obviously I always appreciate anybody who makes time for us because you don't have to. We're not paying you. Like, obviously, if I could, I'd throw some.
Wait, hold on. You're not paying me?
Oh, shit.
Where's the door?
No, yeah, my bad. I probably should have said that, right? I'm going to blur that out.
Yeah.
Let me cut that out.
Nah, my boy's got the Woodford. I'm hanging out. Don't worry about it.
So
I've been paid.
I mean, yeah. In other ways.
Yeah.
Allegedly. So, man, what I wanted to have you on here because, and it actually worked out, right? Because now more than ever, more people are trying to get into homes, and we could get into it because there's a whole influx of cash coming from California, and these dudes are buying this shit cash.
Oh, yeah. Hyper competitive right
now, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, but your expertise is there's people who have the down payment for the money to buy a house, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are the next stage. And I think this is the part where a lot of people don't really take into account. Like, for example, my own sister, she has the down payment for a house. And then she started talking to me about everything as far as closing and all these other things, bro. And I'm just like, what? It felt like she was speaking Mandarin, fucking geometry.
Yeah, you're almost signing up for another job when you're closing. There's a lot of responsibility that comes into it. It's not you just sit back and let the realtor do the work. A lot of the times, sometimes the realtors go ghost completely, and I'm kind of the unknown soldier behind the scenes, making sure everything goes down. I'm making phone calls, sending emails. I got to get in touch with you. We got to schedule. We got to make this happen because we're the ones recording the deed. We're recording the mortgage. We're talking to the lender. We're sending the mortgage to the lender after we record. We're sending them everything they need. They send us the money. So that's where you get the word like escrow coming in, a.k.a. escrow just basically means deposit.
Okay, and not to cut you off, just so people get an idea of your expertise. So what is it exactly that you do for the people that's listening?
Yeah, so I work for a law firm, a lot of real estate law firms in Florida. There is I don't know if you want to call it a subsidiary company, kind of a side company. It's its own entity. But a lot of real estate law firms have a title company on the side because obviously, company-wise, business-wise, extra revenue. You're not just handling, the usual real estate stuff, aka foreclosures, bankruptcies, that kind of stuff. We're facilitating the purchase and sale of thousands of homes in the South Florida area specifically, but all over Florida because as long as it's in Florida, we can handle it. But basically what I do is I was joking with the boys earlier, say I just make it happen because I do. But I am technically a processor. I process title. I handle any lien. Sometimes I feel like a detective because guess what? John Smith is selling their house. Guess who? John Smith also owes the IRS $100,000. He also has to go to court next week. I have to make sure you're not that same John Smith. That's another affidavit we have to look into. There's so much nuance to it. It's pretty incredible. I mean, on the side, you're not really thinking about it, but the second we get what's known as a title commitment back, which is basically the underwriter, they're the ones insuring the property. So what we do is we give you title insurance for the property you're buying. That's what we do. We handle everything to close and we handle the title insurance side of everything.
And to me, like, you speaking about that right now, right? Like, that's another thing that I'm talking about, bro. I don't know none of this shit, right? I'm so green to this. Like, obviously, you want to be somebody, like, well, not obviously, right? Because everybody has their own different path or what kind of goals that they achieve, right? But traditionally, you're taught to get a good job, get a good salary, and go own a house, you feel me? Something that you can have equity in, right? So I'm going to put myself in that position, right? I got my money. I got the 10%, whatever it is, 3%, whatever the down payment is, right? I think, boom, take my money, everything's good, right? You just explained so many different variables that I would never even think about.
Yeah,
dog.
please stop me too, because
I'm not gonna stop
I'll start
you, bro.
getting into it for a second, and just if you need to like make sure like hold on, let's break it down for this one section. Just let me know.
Of course. Go ahead, Rob.
No, it's funny because I remember it was several years back. I went to real estate school for a summer up in Massachusetts, so it's different from Florida. And this was like I went to this like 6-7 years ago. So, it's good to have these conversations with you to refresh my memory on these type of things. And I know you're probably familiar with things like the appraisals and whatnot, and talked about liens and shit like that. But it was funny when I started taking those classes, I was thinking like, oh man, real estate's going to be easy. It's just going to be fucking homes. And then it's just like, I start taking these classes and I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is all this shit? Eminent domain, escrow. I'm like, what the fuck is all this?
The amount of problems that can arise will blow your fucking mind. It's insane. Yeah.
All right, so escrow. Like, trust me, I'm gonna ask questions. These are honest questions. These are honest questions because I don't know none of this shit. Yeah. Okay. So escrow. Go ahead. Right then. Get into it.
All right. So escrow is like a fancy word for deposit. And so on any what's known as usually, I'm going to talk in terms of like median, like average. So your average contract is going to be known as a as-is contract. I mean, just like it sounds, as is. You're looking at the home, looks good, you want to purchase it. We can get into the competition of that later, and the ratios that go into the, am I paying more for it? Am I paying less? That's a different story. So you have the deposit. It's on the first page of the contract, about right in the middle. It's going to say $10,000 usually. Median home goes Miami, Fort Lauderdale, 320, 350 right now, 350,000. Yeah. Sorry. So that's what we're looking at. So for homes like that, condos mostly actually as well, we're looking at 320 to 350K, right? So that's usually going to be, this is where the realtors step in. This is when it's important because they're at the negotiation table. I see a contract, I start working. I don't care who didn't like what or what, you already signed it. This 12, 13-page contract is what I'm looking at, and that's my knowledge right now. So the escrow is, we hold the deposit. As a title agency, sometimes you'll see title agency and escrow company. Same thing. We hold the deposit in our bank account, and it goes into your what we call cash to close for a buyer. So we have HUDs, which are for cash deals, housing urban development. They just call it a HUD, not like a HUD paper, just a HUD. And then for lender deals, you have an ALTA, and then you have the seller closing disclosure, and this is based on the lender, but we can get into that later. So on the HUD or any settlement statement, closing statement, you'll see that deposit taken out of your final cash to close that you have to pay into to purchase the property, and that's just the deposit. That's all it is. So you put down the deposit. Usually it'll say on the contract, if not initialed here, then we need it within 3 days. And of course, everything's up for negotiation, but that's the first thing I see. I see that bank statement pop in straight to my email. I see a 5 or 10. I see an even number. I know it's a deposit pretty much off rip. So that's a contract coming in. We're doing something now.
All right. So the step after that, right? Because like I said, there's a lot of steps, a lot of variables, right?
Got to handle that too, real quick. Real quick tip, real fast on that. Make sure you have that money available.
Okay, so
I'm just saying.
And if you don't have the money available, what happens in that situation?
Canceled contract. I mean, a lot of people don't want to go to court. In my experience, like I said, a lot of people don't want to go to court, and you see that in real time because, shit gets fucked up. But some people just rather not worry about it. And right now, I'm pretty much going to be talking about February 2020 to right now because it's a different environment. I mean, it's been a seller's market.
Elaborate. Yeah,
real quick. So it's been a seller's market for a hot minute now, which means on the list to sale ratio, what a buyer wants is 90%. The listing to sale ratio, which means they're paying less than the appraisal. A seller always wants 100% or more. Right now, there's so much competition that, basic economics 101, people are paying more right now. There's a housing issue right now. People are paying more. We're talking about a week into this contract being signed. You know what I mean? So sellers will usually just be like, oh, fuck this. I have another buyer literally waiting. Right. I met his wife. I met his kid. They came to my house to look at it. You know what I mean?
To speak to that, right? Just to give an example to what you're talking about, right? So I got a homeboy, right? His nickname is Squeak. You know, we're gonna shout him out too, right? He has been trying to close on several houses, right? He lost out on a house that he it was 20. He put an extra $20,000 above what the seller was asking for, bro. Just because the competition was so much, and he put an extra $20,000 and still got beat, bro. So
exactly
that 100% that the seller want, it's at 105, 110 now, right?
Right.
Because like I said earlier to start this, you have so many different places, so many rich people who are coming with, I don't need to finance this. I have $350 in my hand right now. I could write you a check.
That shit blows my mind too when it's a cash deal. Like, bro, sometimes I'll see, like, even for properties that aren't even over $1 million, I'll see this fucking, like, bam, $45,000 deposit. Oh, I just had that. No big deal. Like, I just think about what a different world you live.
Right?
Dude, let me tell you something. I work in the granite and marble industry. We do, in the company I work for, they do like high end shit. Like they do $1 million condos.
Oh yeah, I actually seen it on Facebook, bro. Some of that shit I was like, God damn.
Yeah, dude.
Nice.
We do nice work. The fabricators are great. You know what I'm saying? The installer is one of the best in Florida. I work with him. I'm his assistant. And bro, like I walk in some of these houses, nigga. And let me tell you something. When you buy a house, look into upgrading your kitchen and getting some fucking like granite and marble and shit, because that ups the value of the house as well. And like some of these rich people, they have marble floors, fucking islands with legs. They have walls, backsplashes. Fucking, they do their pool decks in stone. Like they do their bathroom, their shower. We just finished doing an infinity shower in a condo by Space down.
I don't even know what that looks like,
bro. It's the weirdest looking shit, bro.
Seen the pool,
you have the glass door. It's not like no tub. It's like a flat. It's like a flat ground, dog. Like it's. Sometimes they have like the shower head above you. Like it's the.
I'm googling that.
Dude. Some of those infinity showers look
crazy.
sick, bro.
Yeah.
But like it just, when I see that shit on a daily basis, I just think to myself like, there's so much money out here, bro. Like it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
It's ridiculous.
No, it's definitely ridiculous, though. Like trust me, bro. Like I'll look at your snap and I'll see this beautiful marble granite. I'm like, dog, fuck you.
Have you guys seen the Panda Stairs I posted? I posted them a couple of times.
Which ones?
The Panda Stairs. It's the stairs going. Ooh, you know what? I might have a picture. I'll show y'all boys here.
I'm a huge fan of pandas. That's my favorite fucking animal.
Like, bro, hold on. Let me see.
The fact that you was like, I got to take a picture of this. You're not somebody who's easily blown away by shit, bro. So I know this shit got to be crazy, bro. Like,
I'm trying to think. It's obviously some type of black and white going on, but I'm excited to see what's going on.
I think I do remember, but I would love to see it again, though, to get it like a refresher.
Yeah. And like I said, like I used to cook, so when I see a nice kitchen, it gets me off. You know, I like my place now. You know, it's me and my girl, my little 1-1, but I see that nice kitchen, and I just start dreaming.
You know what's funny, man? I never used to give a fuck about that type of stuff, and then I started doing this job, and I could watch like HGTV. I fucking added the interior design challenge on to my list.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna watch it. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm gonna watch it because like now, like I can appreciate.
You have
like,
a different level of appreciation for it.
Home improvement.
It's called growing up.
Yeah, dude. Like it's crazy. Like, and it's funny. My roommate's girl used to watch HGTV all the time. And I used to be like, oh god, you know. Now, dude, if I don't watch cable, I just stream everything.
Yeah,
but I totally watch HGTV.
Dude, the funny thing about it, because my sisters are into it, and then it definitely, like, once you become a homeowner or any type of thing, right? Mm-hmm. Especially when you become a homeowner, it becomes your go-to channel, dog. Because you're just like it's like going on Pinterest, but for homeowners, bro. Like that's really what it is, bro. Because you'll have so many ideas. You're like, oh, that looks nice. And speaking to what you said earlier about a nice kitchen, very few things can really grab your eye, like walking into somebody's home and they got a fire ass kitchen setup, bro. Yeah. Like it'll really make you feel like, damn, all right. Like if you got a floating fucking counter, bro, like I'm be like, yeah, this shit is nice.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna host all these parties. Fucking hors d'oeuvres up the ass. Like, let's ride.
Man. All right, so take me to the next step.
All right.
So this is like,
hold on. Okay,
I had a video of it though.
Oh shit! Okay, when you said panda, I didn't like. That's pretty.
Yeah, that's nice.
I don't even.
That is nice.
I didn't realize it was just gonna be like a.
That is some rich. That's some rich. That's some rich.
Follow the trail to happiness and shit. Like
this is actually a wall we did. It's like the black wall with the marble.
And
stairs.
Rob right now is showing
like
off of some of his things that he's done or whatever. That is definitely
that's when you make it.
Yeah, that gives off heavy Scarface.
Bro, the guy
right?
who this is all in the same house, dude. This guy is one of the top lawyers in South Florida. He's a Jewish guy.
Of
Oh,
course,
yeah.
of course.
And you know what's
My
funny?
people, yeah.
Bro, yeah, dog. And this man is always on the phone.
Always.
Like, he's never not on the phone.
Always
The only
on the
time he's
phone.
not on the phone is for Shabbos, the Sabbath.
Yeah, Shabbat.
Yeah, exactly.
I told you, bro. I remember we had that conversation. I was like, bro, there are two things that I know about successful people, right?
They're Jewish. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Three things, right? Three things, right? They're either always on the phone or they write everything down, bro.
Yep.
And if you got the combination of two, he's successful, dog.
Oof.
Like, yeah, he got a different bag. But back to you, Cam. So next stage, bro.
All right. So next stage, we have the deposit. Literally on the first page of the contract, like I was saying. All right, we're off to a good start. So basically what we do after that is on our side, we'll go ahead and obviously, I'll skip like the boring parts like, I got to get the buyer's phone number, obviously.
Yeah.
So we order a title commitment from our underwriter. What the underwriter does is provide the title insurance. So homeowners insurance, just real quick, homeowners insurance, fire, hurricane, this is Florida. If you fucking bought a house that's on a sinkhole, insane. Anyway, title insurance. This is the type of insurance that protects you from some random fucking slob coming up to you like, hey, I also own this property, blah, blah, blah. I'm suing you. And somewhere down the line, back in 73, this guy's uncle's cousin deeded him this property for some random reason. And it doesn't matter. Now you're in court. Now we're talking attorney's fees, going through the whole fucking thing, right?
It's a whole fucking ordeal now.
Yeah, that's oh man. When it comes to property, there's so many ways you could ruin your life or have the best time of your life.
Right.
But anyway, what title insurance does is it supplements, anything you might have to deal with. First of all, everything's right there. This is your property. It protects you. It protects you in a different way than like a physical damage kind of thing. In the most simplest terms.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Let's get to the juicy stuff, like the shit that just like, what is some of the things that always seems to blow people's mind? They're like, where the fuck did that come from? Did we got to do that too? Like, what would that be?
Yeah. Well, okay. So, there's situations where like, for some reason these people just miss something. Like I had this dude buy a property and he had no idea this whole room in the back was like not up to code. It was fucking, the way they painted the walls and everything just looked like concrete. And it was just like if the next hurricane came in, it would have fucking wiped off the second half of this whole house. And I just gave my best advice. I said, get a lawyer, preferably one of ours. Obviously, make that money. But what do you call it? Pretty much like just going back to the title commitment thing real quick, which we ordered the lien search as well. So title commitment is more our underwriter does a deep research dig into everything this property's ever seen, who's ever lived there. The lien search is for the municipality, aka the city, blah blah blah. So the city's gonna come up with shit like, this guy's a bit sloppy. He's leaving his trash out. He owes the city $200 for, he just needs to clean up his yard a little bit. The title search is gonna come back with stuff like, hey, there's a homeowners association. We're gonna need approval from them. Also, this guy has a mortgage, so we have to get a payoff. If the seller has a current mortgage on the property, we have to pay that off. You don't get to sell your house and run down the street screaming, I don't owe Bank of America $300,000 anymore. It doesn't happen. You have to pay that off, and that comes out of your proceeds, right?
Gotcha.
So you're selling your crib for $400,000. You owe Bank of America, Wells Fargo, $350,000 plus everything else. Guess what? You're coming out with like $30,000 in profit. So I hope you got something else going on. And obviously, my heart goes out to everyone that has to deal with the foreclosure stuff pre-COVID as well. Especially because there was a lot of protections put in. But unfortunately, I had to see a lot of, fucked up stuff. It was when I become an attorney myself, I'm studying now. I don't want to really work in this side of the business, to be honest with you. But man, it's taught me a lot. Sorry, not to get into that, but anyway,
for sure.
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
you got the title search and the lien search. Requirements are made. We need to do this, or they're not getting insured. If someone's not getting insured by our title insurance company, we're not doing it. Case closed. People say, "What's this 1,000?" It's based on the purchase price of the house, what taxes are involved, mortgages, prices, everything. So I'm never gonna say like a set price for everything. I'm always gonna go average. Basically, like $1,350 for title insurance. I'm not doing that. All right, we're not closing you. Dead ass, just face first, right there. Nothing. because we're here to give you title insurance. I wish I could remember what my boss used to say. Like, it was something along the lines of like, do you want to live without your right eye or your left eye? Like, that's the decision you're making right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you're buying a house, you're getting title insurance. Do it. I promise you. That's if you take anything away, that's the number one.
For sure. Yeah. Like, because you don't seem like somebody who's just doing that or saying that. You're saying that with years of knowledge and going through closing on thousands of houses and seeing the potential pitfalls of you just not doing the extra centimeter of getting the title insurance, dog. Like, for real, bro. So, next stage after that.
Okay, so we get everything back. So I'm kind of going to go through the basics of those requirements. It's literally called Schedule B1. Says requirements right after it. They plain English, you know what I mean? So I'll just like kind of go down the line of what we'll usually see before we get the lien back. Title search, right? So bam, association estoppel. We need a warranty deed that says it's going from grantor, which is the seller, to grantee, which is the buyer. We need a satisfaction of the mortgage, aka the payoff, which is the title company. That's what we do as well. We get the money in from the buyer. The lender, if there's a lender there, they send us the money as well, all through wires. And I'm going to have a big speech about wire safety very soon. But and a funny story as well. But we get that money, we pay off your mortgage. You're free and clear. Not going to get, what it said on the contract. It's not going to look as pretty, but you're free and clear. Estoppel. An estoppel is basically an overpriced piece of paper, usually $250, that says this is what you owe the homeowners association for, whatever, cleaning, building a new pool, new clubhouse, different, AC, anything involved with that. Special assessments. I'm sure a lot of people, homeowners that probably listen, know what a special assessment is. Special assessment's another fancy word for you owe us fucking money. And so we get that, and that tells us how to kind of create our closing statement. And then on a lender deal, everything that's not a condo or a townhome, we have to get a survey as well. That's usually $350.
Fuck,
a
lot
man.
So we're going into it now. Like, you're going to start seeing this minus, or it says
plus
debit.
Yeah,
it's a debit. It's like an Excel spreadsheet. It just says debits, and you start crying. And then they see what's known as the amortization schedule, which is what the lender sends you. And they put it on legal paper because they're nice enough to put on legal size, like 8x14. Because if they put on regular 8x11, you have like 10 pages. And it's nothing changes except the date, January 1st, 2021, 2500, 2500, February, March, April. And it goes all the way to if it's the 30-year like fixed rate, it's going to 2051. Sorry.
Yeah.
And they give you that. Like, they give you that piece of paper that has every single date and every single payment. This is obviously before you pay extra one day, or, there's tons of options to start paying off early, obviously. But they just give you that paper.
You just followed it. So basically, like, to people, this is going to be more.
Sorry if I'm going off on a tangent.
No. I'm trying to wrap people's heads around what's going on, right? This is on a relatable term, right? Everybody to some degree has gone and financed the car. So basically it's like financing the car, like how you'll see the sticker price will be this, right. And then you go do that final thing and it's like $8,000. Think of that on steroids, bro. Cause that's what it sounds like right now, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't help it. I'm my father's son, the Jews in New York, shout out to my Hebes out there. But I'll make the joke every time, it's like, all right, listen, you don't want to look at this. It's some, I can't help it because I get so like, I don't know, even it like makes me flush even because I'm just like, oh man, like this is their life right here that I'm passing off to this man. These 5 pages on legal.
It makes you anxious.
8x14.
It makes you anxious.
Small type.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Times New Roman. Size 10. There's a lot of Excel lines for that, on a 14-inch piece of paper. And I'm just like, all right, well, here's the end of your, like, I'll play it by ear, obviously, because I do my bits.
Yeah, for sure. Of course. Because if
Gotta
you're
rock
making
with
somebody sign their life away, you want to make them at least laugh a little bit, right? Like, you know, make
Exactly.
a lifelong commitment, 30-year commitment.
Yeah.
You know, the least you can do is make me laugh about it.
You got to read the room. But,
Definitely
you know,
read the room.
yeah.
Definitely read the room.
Most people
bro.
are nice. I've stopped fights. I've signed in cars with random people.
Wait, when you say you stop fights,
yeah, let's lean into that. Let's lean into that.
Not
like,
to cut
okay,
you
wait.
off,
Matter of fact, how about this? Is there more? Because we could take.
You want to get to the end first?
Okay, let's get to the end.
Yeah.
Like, let's knock that out because now I want to get to some funny stories, just wild stories that you've seen. So let's get to the end, and then we'll lean into all the other and crazy stuff that goes into that you've been accustomed to seeing, bro. So go ahead.
All right. Well, or actually, do you want to like just real quick, like how we'll handle like those things, like obviously the payoff, and then if the lien search gets back,
yeah, for sure, because all of this information is important.
Yeah, and like Rob was saying, he was going to real estate school, right? So this is where the realtor steps in. And the sad part about this business is there's shitty title companies and there's really shitty realtors. Like the best realtors reignite my faith in humanity, and the shittiest realtors, I'm talking ghost for the average time is 28 days from contract signed to close, right? There's no issues. And I'm talking ghost until where's my check? Where's my check on day 27, 28? And it's just like, excuse me? Like some of these, like I get calls with like, this is sometimes like there's family issues. Like sometimes I'm like, damn, did I go to FSU for my psychology degree? I had people crying on the phone. This is some of the most important fucking decisions they'll ever make in their entire life, right? Whether it's an investment property or, you know, they're like, they want to raise their first child in this home type shit, right? I need you to help us help you. Please, like, please answer the phone, you know? And then, you know, honestly, I might even just go to real estate school. That's a different story because they get that $10,000 check and I'm just like salary, like, what the fuck? They didn't do anything.
They didn't do shit.
But when it comes to liens, that's actually where a listing agent, which is going to be more, is listing agent, seller side?
Yeah.
Selling agent is the buyer's agent for some reason. You know, let's just do that. Anyway, you know, let's make it more confusing. God, that took me like 3 months to get used to. When I first started out, I was like, "Wait, why?" It says selling.
Bro, if that shit took you 3 months, bro, I give up.
Yeah, I'm still learning every day.
I literally don't know what the fuck
I'm still a newborn baby. In this,
I don't know what the fuck you just said.
I'm a newborn baby in this game, man.
It sounds like you said the same exact thing, but just backwards, bro. So if you're confused, bro, I'm on Mars right now. Bro.
All right. So for the sake of it, the person selling the home, their agent, will usually handle liens because this is the seller's responsibility. But then there's shit from like 1999 that never got closed, and usually there's like a cutoff with these things. It's usually like 2001-ish, 2002. You know, it's 20 years ago. Jesus, we're old now, aren't we? Anyway, usually like a lot of people kind of turn a blind eye to that kind of thing, this, that, and the other. But I mean, it's still in your name. It's still you might get fucked with it by the city, the county, whatever, right? So when it comes to something like that, the listing agent really like goes into it. That's where they're really needed, or even just like a basic open permit, which could be mostly it's HVAC stuff, you know, AC, anything like that. You need to get the inspector out there. The inspector needs to take a look, say everything's good to go. You're Gucci. Let's sell this shit, and that's it. So the listing agent really does come into play when it comes in with that, because like I don't know if you ever called the city government before, but Jesus Christ, you're not going to get really far, like, with anyone. They'll send you 20 different numbers. Like, one of these deals we're working on right now, they just, the buyer kept having a lender that would not close on this one property in Miami because the city put on a, like, unsafe structure violation on it. And, man, it had, like, 3 of them. Said nobody should live here. It's a big-ass apartment building. Like, 500 people live there, so... Like, it's not like, you know, you're living in some dilapidated building. It's just the liens will get thrown on 40 years later for some old shit that nobody ever wanted to look into. That's red tape, bureaucracy, classic city shit, right? But, you know, they finally got a cash buyer that understands the conditions and this all goes in the contract. Once again, like I said, now we're flowing with the contract. Now we're putting in extra shit saying, like, hey, the buyer understands that there's these violations that we cannot clear. It's one of those things. It's one of those jobs where you're not going to solve every problem. So if you don't like understand that, then it's not for you. Solve most of them, but not all of them. So all you have to do is make sure the person that's actually, you know, moving in there, doing whatever they're doing, has to understand that there are some of these nuances to the property you're buying. And you know, when they try to sell, it might fuck them over. A title company, another if a lawyer's involved, which is a whole different story, they might just say, "Nah, fuck this completely." But these buyers kept coming back, man. This is I wish I remembered the address, but this is like some hot shit property because these guys keep coming in since January. Canceled contract. Finally, a cash buyer. Cash is king, like they say. Cash is king. A seller sees cash, they'll drop the price and take that.
For sure.
Easy.
Money talks, baby.
Money talks.
That's how it is.
You getting that shit right then and there, bro. So, take me through a bad, like, you were talking about it a little bit, but lean into, like, the shitty real estate agents. Because you said something that was very profound, where you was like, you have some that reignite your faith in humanity, and then you have some that just dissipate that altogether, bro. So talk to me about the just shitty real estate agents, bro.
Yeah.
Like, what makes them so fucking shitty, and what drives that hate that you have for those types?
It is hate. I'm not gonna lie. Like, because, like, remember, I came from the kitchen life, right? So, sorry,
lazy people, kill you.
I'm screaming, I'm cursing. You know, I like kind of try to walk away because, you know, it's a nice office. Everyone's wearing suits and shit. But so there's just some agents where you just need certain information from them, whether it's like just like a basic homeowners association contact. I mean, that could put a fucking dent in what I'm trying to do really badly. Or just, I need to talk to the seller. The seller, where's the seller? The seller lives in Germany right now. Oh, thanks for the memo. Like, actually, I can get into that. Again, we actually have a new company. Just remind me to bring that up again, where we notarize all over the world.
Got you.
But anyway, like, just, I mean, it's like the basic human decency, in my opinion. Like, hey, here's the seller's phone number. You know, I have to talk to this man. I'm signing with him. I'm going to be looking him in the eye and stamping him, you know, as a notary as well. So, you know, I need to know, is he married? I need to know if he has a mortgage on the property. If he has a mortgage on the property, I need to talk to this man.
What is that? What is that?
So if he has the mortgage on the property, if I'm going to be ordering this thing, sometimes depends on the company. Like, there's Mr. Cooper. When I hear Mr. Cooper, I do a dance. Like, that's how into it I am now, because all I have to do is get the last four of his social, his account number. I call. I got my shit the next day I need. If it's like Bank of America, depends on some of the different banks. I have to get a third-party authorization form signed saying that I'm allowed, me as Cameron from blank, 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 to order this for this man, because we're talking his finances. You can't just, you know, any schmuck can't call and just be like, hey, let me see how much money this guy owes. So I need information for things, even just to call you to be like, hey, how are you gonna, you know, give me your John Hancock real quick, you know? And sometimes I've literally seen it where I'm on the day I'm looking at this man's check, depending on it's usually 3% commission to both parties. That's like your average 2.5 to 3%, 6 in total, 5 in total. I mean, if we're talking like, you know, $500,000 condo, home, whatever, that's a nice chunk.
Yes.
I could pay like 2 months of my bills and like chill for a bit off of one deal like that. That's how I think about it sometimes. But they don't even answer the phone when I'm trying to just send them check. And there's like nothing really saying like, you know, their name's on the contract, their broker's on the contract, they're getting the money. Sometimes they literally just aren't there. And then you have the best in the world where they are just superstars. Like, they come in, they ask me to take pictures of me and their, like, of them with their clients, you know, for their Instagram grind and shit. And like, they're there the whole time just helping out. And unfortunately, it seems like really cold and really hot.
There's no middle ground.
There's never a middle ground, really, because if you're gonna be lazy, you're gonna be that asshole.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're gonna work hard, you're gonna work really fucking hard. So that makes perfect sense.
I want to ask you, because you brought this up lightly, but I know a lot of homeowners that I know. If there's one 3-letter acronym they can't stand, it's HOA, right?
Bro, I hate them more than realty.
And you know, the HOAs are always a pain in the ass for everybody.
Fuck
so
them.
I was interested in knowing, like, what are your experiences with dealing with those pain in the asses?
I hate HOAs and condo associations, and don't get me started on co-ops. Like, I believe in the ideology of co-ops, the business structure, I do. But fuck, man, they kill me sometimes. It's like finding out that, like, you know, your hero is a piece of shit. But
Omni-Man, no.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just pissed because I missed all the Invincible memes. But I'm on a Facebook ban for calling somebody a fucking asshole. They said it was hate speech and bullying.
Damn,
this man had a 60-ounce fucking porterhouse, and he was salting the shit out of it like any good chef would. He said, that's too much salt. And I said, you're fucking dumb. On a random Facebook post, probably posted out of Malaysia.
You caught a 30 off of that? They gave you a 15
yeah,
or a 30? Oh,
no.
They gave
Bro,
you
I got 10 days. I miss everything. I missed Invincible. I missed Mortal Kombat. Well, no, I got Mortal Kombat.
You know what's funny though, bro? Like saying it like that, bro. It's like you going like, remember high school where you get suspended, bro? You go to IS or some shit, bro.
Yeah.
That's what it feel like, bro. They gave you a 30. They gave you a 30 day.
I'm almost used to it now. I'm like, man.
For that,
and I still go on, and I can't. I still like everything. Like it's just so off rip, just like human nature. I'm just like, and it goes bam, 10 days.
But the funny thing about it though, like everybody I know who comes back from a 30, it's exactly the people I expect to get Facebook.
Yeah, Michael
banned,
Santana, Dustin.
Oh,
should we say last name? Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, Michael.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
You're
fine.
Now.
I'm pretty sure he's not the only one.
FBI,
bro.
NSA on that.
Pretty sure he's not the only one, right? All the homies that I expect to catch hella bans, bro, it's them, bro. Sammy catch a ban every 2 weeks, bro.
Listen, I see Sammy once a month, man. At this point on social media, I'm just like, yo, is this guy just for? Yo, it's just like
sometimes I worry though, because like like I said, I'm studying for the LSAT. Goal right now is technically law school, right?
For sure.
And I'm just like, what kind of technology they're gonna have? They're gonna just see 30-day ban. Sometimes they call it hate speech. Before calling out this guy for saying a man oversalted his 60-ounce porterhouse like a fucking idiot. God, it still gets me.
I see it. Yeah.
I still remember the HOA thing. We'll be right there. But I was like, God, I said some I made fun of British people. Hate speech. I'm just like, Zuck. By the way, everyone listening, I'm like pulling my eye down. I have really pretty blue eyes. And I'm just like,
talk your shit, King.
Yeah. I'm just
talk
here
your,
hyping each other.
Talk your truth, King. Go ahead, bro.
Anyway, I found out the guy that posted that comment worked for an HOA that I was dealing with. No, I'm just kidding. That would be insane, wouldn't it? No, but HOAs are the fucking worst. Remember I told you that $250 for that fancy word called estoppel?
Yes, sir.
AKA the what the fuck you owe us sheet of paper. One single sheet, by the way. So the state of Florida, the legislators, they actually had to create a statute that said you can't charge over $250 for this piece of paper because, like I said, remember it says requirement at the top of that title commitment.
Right.
And that's a requirement. You have to do it. So they literally were gouging like it was a fucking hurricane and they were the last ones left with any water or gasoline. And it's just they literally had to make a law say you can't charge over $250. So what do they charge? $250. Not even $249.99. Like they didn't even have the gall.
Straight.
Good for them.
Baby.
Good for them.
See, so basically, what you're saying is the only reason it's $250 is because they can't charge you anything more than that. If they could, they would.
Oh
bro.
no, but they do. That's for 10 days or 7 to 10 days. This is the basic standard. 7 to 10 days, $250. You literally get a piece of paper that says, yeah, this asshole owes us like fucking $1,300 because we fucking put some extra chairs at the pool. Oh, fucking for $350, they can charge $350. I don't know what the loophole is. I gotta look into it. I don't stare at statutes all day, but the loophole is you can get it in 3 days, 3 to 5 days average. Most homeowners associations, $350. Like, oh shit, we're trying to close tomorrow. We don't got this shit back. Fuck. All right, $350. So somehow they can charge you a rush fee. I would love to meet that lawyer who argued that position. Good for him. See, that's how you do it. He probably goes to the same temple as me. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. Don't want to get you guys canceled. I'm allowed to say it. But,
we don't have enough views to get canceled, bro.
Okay.
You're good.
Not yet.
We on the way, though.
You guys getting there.
Yeah,
you guys
we're
getting there. But, yeah, with stuff like that, they don't answer. Because remember, this is like an elected body of like, I don't even think most of them get paid. It's literally like Sharon and Debbie, and they're running like the whole thing. And they live there. And they just like got elected to the board. So these aren't like employees most of the time. If there's a major property management company, which is usually what is behind some of these bigger kind of, condos especially, you'll have to talk to these huge companies that run shit from, Utah, California. It's always like the most random states. But you know, you have to talk to the property management company. It's not like they charge less. It's just they're more consolidated, corporate.
Got you.
But after
more
that,
uniform in a sense.
Yeah. But after that, we're pretty much reaching the closing table at that point. All the numbers get plugged in. Of course, me personally, I don't like to get yelled at the fucking closing table. So what I do is make sure it's this funny idea. You get to show people what the fuck they're paying for and what they're not making. Because people get really mad about that shit. You know, it turns out money is really important to a lot of people. And
yeah, because you want to know why? Because people base their entire self-worth on what they can provide, what they have.
Oh, yes,
and
what
it's their life. So it's to me, I'm not somebody who could speak for anybody else. For myself, I would never look at it that way, but it's programming to people to look at it that way. So I can see how that happens. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of what we do is investment properties. But it's funny. The old joke is, you know, if it's 1.5 million and up, easiest closing you'll ever deal with in your entire life. If it's a fucking $80,000 condo, every problem in the world is going to pop up. And it's just one of those things. It's like, it's just true. It's like standard operating procedure, SOP all the way. Just no joke with that. It's like literally the cheapest piece of shit will just, and you know what? Actually, I take that back. I don't mean to say that because these are people home. I'm sorry. But it's true. But those are the problems every time.
Why do you think? Is it just because of the people who are able to try to attain those are the people that come with the most problems? Or is it just, it's $80,000 for a reason type of deal?
Well, I think when we're talking about $80,000, I mean, a lot of them are investment properties, and I'm talking on the coast. I don't know if anybody knows, there's a place between like Deerfield and Fort Lauderdale called Lauderdale by the Sea.
Yeah.
It's a little lone town, and that's where you see, you know, you drive down A1A, what do you see? You see just those high rises just throughout the whole thing. And those aren't for everybody, obviously. The other ones where real people live are across the street. These are for retirees and investments. That's it. And maybe a couple people like might actually live there. But I mean, my point with that is though, is that when it comes to like those kind of properties, like those can still be actually really cheap, but they still come with all the problems. I think it's point blank. I think it's when you're talking about millions of dollars, there's a level of professionalism that kind of inherently comes there.
Of course.
And honestly, thinking of it, I'm just going to mention it. I think we could get into the politics of why that's so, if you really wanted to. And then there's like the separate politics of like a person selling their house to another just person that's moving into that house. You know, this isn't their entrepreneur grind fucking boss lady shit. You know, they're just going in. That's their new home. So with the $1 million deals, it's like, come on, cut these checks. Let's fucking get this done. Remember, cash deal, always going to be shorter than a lender deal.
Right.
Because they need everything. Holy shit. They're like worse than the government. these banks, man.
Now that's because there's so much fraud, so many things can go wrong.
Oh yeah,
you know?
dude.
So
oh my god.
It makes. I mean, I know it's a pain in the ass, but it makes sense too.
Yeah, it like almost has to be a pain in the ass. If it wasn't a pain in the ass, who the fuck would give a loan to anybody? Or, well, I mean, let's not talk about 2008. Those subprime mortgages, man. Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah, that did us nice. But they are saying that like we're in a boom right now. Technically, you would call this a boom. Still, right now to this day, technically. But they would say, people would differ, say this is the peak of the boom, a.k.a. what happens after the peak. So, you know, people that I take seriously in this subject have said some things like, get ready for it. And other people just said, well, it's going to be a little bit, but get ready for it. So the general consensus in insider secret is, you know, if you're going to do it now because supposedly...
do you think... Okay, so... The fact that there's so much people that are coming from different states and all that with influx of cash, do you think because they have that quote unquote insider secret, does that add credence to that, or that's just there's so much money out here right now, bro?
I don't know. People, it just, you know, I say this loosely, but it just seems like people just throwing it the fuck around right now. I would too. Shit, I'm horrible with it. But what do you call it? No, but for real, I mean, like I said earlier, it's you know, 101, it's a seller's market, but buyers are coming out on top too sometimes. And like I said before, also hyper competitive. You can't just go and get your dream property. You're gonna have to fight for that shit, like pretty much every time. I mean, I don't know, but I don't get to see a lot of that background. That's just like kind of my anecdote. From like I said, I got like a pretty much, I call them like a team. They don't all work together, but there's boys I know. Like when I'm gonna go, me and my girl get our first place. Like I'm going to one of them. I got my team of
who to go
solid buddies that know what they're doing. I trust with my fucking life type shit.
Right.
And they stay killing it. They come back to us every time with the new contract. Sometimes I see that email and I'm like, fuck, so busy, bro. In the middle of COVID, like the middle, what do we even call that? Last December, maybe January.
Like November.
I was so fucking busy. Man, I was working like 9 to 7 in the office. I was like, what the fuck? I quit the line for this. Why am I sweating? But we were busy. Contracts out the fucking yin-yang, left and right. It's happening. I mean, it's still going on. It's still very busy. But basically the thing to look out for right now is the average mortgage rate right now is pretty fucking low considering. It's pretty much, I mean... in Florida, it's a different story, but the national average is literally below 3. If there's any, people outside of Florida listening or sometime in the future, but in Florida, it's about 3%, I would say, a little over the mortgage rate, which is the interest obviously you pay on the mortgage, and they're very. They'll work with you is what I'm trying to say right now. There's a lot of first-time home buyers that are having a chance, even though it still is a seller's market, because the rates are so low. And people make it work out. And also sometimes if you don't think that you can handle the baggage of it all, trust me, I've seen worse. Like they make it happen. I don't know how they got through their lives or met this girl, but they're making it happen. They got the kid, the whole 9. They're chilling. But just remember, these lenders are going to ask you for everything that you've ever done in your entire fucking life. They need your pay stubs. They need your girlfriend's pay stubs. They want to know what you did in Czechoslovakia in 1999 at that one rave. But seriously, you give them the information, they'll hook you up. And same thing with foreclosures. I've seen families where it just kills me because I have to sell their home through a company we work with a lot. And I'm just I know their situation. And every time I call them on the phone, I'm way too empathetic. I literally cannot be a robot. I'm not an automaton. I start getting on it. My boss used to yell at me. He's like, stop being so fucking empathetic. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I literally cannot.
It's hard not.
I can't. I mean, just my politics aside.
No, you're just human.
Yeah, exactly. I can't help it.
There's some people the people who are the sharks of that. They got no emotion. Yeah. They don't give a fuck.
No soul.
No soul. See, that's why I can. That's why sometimes I work in these industries and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? I'm too soft for that.
and you know what though? But it's a good thing to have because once you are done and you're not doing it anymore, bro, that part of you is going to be something that you can always look back on and say, you know what, I didn't sell myself. You know what I'm saying? I might have been way more successful if I did, but can you live with that? If you know that's not you, there's guys who came out the pussy just like that, bro. Right. There's people like that. They're just machines. They don't give. There's no emotion.
Cold-blooded.
Kill. Yeah, they will step on their own mother's throat, bro. Yeah. They will step on their own.
I just wasn't raised that way, literally.
Exactly, bro.
I blame my mom.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, man, it's okay to love, man. We need more of that in this world, bro.
Yeah, but
especially in this profession. So go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I worked with a woman who did usually in the business, it's usually called short sales. That's a foreclosure. So these people are on their last leg, and they're short selling. Obviously, literally, think of what that means. That's what it is. You're being shorted for your sale. And she would do her best. Quick shout out to Heidi. She was the shit. I loved her to death. She was Welsh, and I was speaking with a British accent for a long time because of her. For some reason, I just couldn't help it. But she would get people where the banks would offer a minimum amount because they'll offer you money. They're not just. It's not the old days where they literally just throw you out and say, "Go fuck yourself, eat shit and die," But no, they'll give you a certain $10,000 is considered I would call it a low amount for being fucked in the ass. But she would work extra hard to get these people, like, something up to from the $10,000 offer, just in general, to like a 20,000, 25, 30,000, and like that's a life changer. And she was just a beautiful woman, and she did that. And when you work in that section of real estate, because not all just like, oh, I just got married, let's buy the house with a white picket fence. No, like that section of real estate, the reality of it, I would like to say even millions of Americans face probably every month. She was a true hero in that sense. I mean, Jesus, just an extra $1,000 when you're short selling and you're foreclosing on your home, your credit's done, your shit's fucked. Who knows what life situation you're going in? And she was just a true hero like that. And she trained me pretty much on a lot of shit I knew early on. And so not only am I a mama's boy and empathetic with everything, but I also had her to kind of show me that, like, there's options to help people a little bit extra if you put in the extra work. So I don't do a lot of that anymore. A lot of it's not happening right now. This was more so 2017, 18, a lot of it going on. She was there in 2008 too. Doing foreclosures in that era, holy shit.
Can't even imagine, bro.
Bro, that was a fucking wow. And now we're all sitting here like, yeah, everything's fine. It's like, no, here we go again.
Nah, yeah. bro. Okay, one quick thing before we get into the funny stories. So we can get more lighthearted, right?
Yeah.
You mentioned politics, and I want you to elaborate because we were talking about it back and forth when we were just saying, hey, what did we want to talk about? You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like
yeah, for sure.
Obviously, I'm black, Rod's black. A large majority of our audience is black, or that's what we're aiming for, right? So talk to me about...
I'm going to get you those Jews. Don't worry about it.
Definitely bring the Jews to... Hey, trust me.
We've always got along, really.
Hey, listen, always. Yeah. This is not... And trust me, we're not trying to be exclusive. We're not trying to say, oh, we only want to listen to black. We want everybody to listen to us. But our main focus and the people that we're most... trying to reach the most or trying to inform the most, especially with this episode, are people of color, right? People who are disenfranchised, right? We were talking about gentrification.
Oh, so, yeah. I was like, I hope he says that.
Yeah, for sure. So take me through that. Like, your opinions, you could go on the things that you're seeing and how you feel about things. Like, you could give me both of those aspects.
For sure. Because, all right, this is the one thing with real estate. It's everyone's fucking blind to it. Like, okay. Look at any statistic in the courtroom, the justice system in America alone. We all know what's happening, right? I mean, to somebody that doesn't, there is, it's statistical evidence. It's numbers. Remember, facts, not feelings? Like that kind of thing. Guess what? The juries are against people of color. The system itself is against people of color. I mean, we could list prison statistics, policing statistics over and over and over again. People forget real estate. Oh, man, when they say institutional or systemic, that's what they're talking about. I mean, look at Miami, for example, right? Look who's getting pushed further and further and further west because of gentrification. And these people that, have lived in these neighborhoods for such a long time.
Decades.
Yeah, decades. They're getting bought out by, what I usually see about it in my own personal research is you see these... a lot of the times it's not just people buying homes. It's entities, it's LLCs, it's companies, you know what I mean? And so they buy these houses from these people for super cheap. They swindle them further and further west, of course, into the city that nobody sees in Miami when they come to visit here, as tourists and shit. And what you see is these companies buying up these homes for like 100, 150,000, flipping them for 400, 500,000. And we all know what's happening there, don't we? We know who's doing this. These are these companies that are run by these slick moguls, and at the end of the day, they're so like confederated in terms of like decentralized. All these different companies that work for each other, just random names they throw in when they get their charter and throw it to the state. And the gentrification's real. Mostly like you see it in New York because Harlem's getting pushed up, and that's like the usual meme about it. But Miami. We talk about bridges, right? We're talking about bridges where people are just getting pushed more and more and more west. And funny enough, I mean, when you get into climate change, those properties are going to be more expensive at the end of the day. But anyway, the politics of it, though, is Like it's just the in Miami historical. Everyone heard about the Watts riots, right? In 1960.
Yes.
And I'm not talking about Rodney King. I'm talking about 1964 when they really burned the motherfucker to the ground. And we're talking like 1964, California, Watts, like some of the most racist, institutional, systemic, violent policing that you have in the country. And this is California. Like, oh, this wasn't this. Oh, we're all surfing over here. No, dude. Like, this is the same exact shit they're looking at in Mississippi, Alabama, the usual spots you think of, right? But in Florida,
no. Sorry to cut you off. To give clarity or just to give an example of what you're trying to say, right? See how systemic it was during the Rodney King. Rodney King was in 1991.
Yeah, it's not over.
That is, now think about that. It was terrible in 1991. Think about how bad it was in 1964.
Yeah.
Is what he's saying.
That's where Huey Newton and a lot of the other Black Panthers came out of there in that era because they all moved to Oakland from the South. So like Huey Newton's coming over there like, holy shit, nothing's changed. But in Miami, everyone forgets about Miami. Bro, our police chief in Miami in 1964, this guy might as well have had the fucking swastika armband on. He was insane. He was telling his officers to just go in there. Everyone forgets about the Miami riots for some reason. I guess because, like, you think Watts, you think G-Funk, you think, some tight shit.
Right.
Like, oh, yeah,
I have a theory, right?
Yeah.
And it's funny because, like, you mentioned that. I don't even really have a recollection of the Miami riots. But the reason why
is because look it up.
I'm going to look it up.
Knows,
I'm definitely going to look it up. Like, you're inspiring me to look into it, right? But the reason why is because I think at that point in time, Miami wasn't what it was in social status now. Like,
oh, no, not.
So that's probably why it gets pushed away in the wayside. You feel me? Because
for sure. It was just soldiers from World War II and a couple kids having their baby boomers. Like their kids were the baby boomers. Like, it wasn't all built up yet.
Exactly.
That chooch money didn't hit yet.
Exactly.
Thanks, CIA, by the way. We can really get into it.
But
that's another episode.
No, but go ahead and finish what you're saying about the police chief.
But the police chief, I fucking forgot his name, but he was like giving pretty much carte blanche to just open fire on everybody riding in Miami. And Miami pretty much burned, just like Watts did in 1964. And if you really look at the history of Florida, nobody ever really gave a shit about Florida, ever. You never, like, see it before, like, we started getting crazy. But just real quick, when I'm talking about, real estate as an arm of the systemic oppression of especially Black people and not just people of color. Like, I mean, we have reserves. That's a whole different story. But
before you go on, I want to make this because this is a thought that one of our mutual friends, I want to say is our boy Ivan. I think Ivan.
Yeah, I know
right?
Ivan. Yeah.
So I remember there was I don't remember exactly the context in which he was talking about this, but this happened years ago, and he was saying that he knew he had a friend. I think maybe it wasn't Ivan, it was someone else I know, but I remember they were telling me there was a neighborhood around, maybe I think in North Lauderdale, somewhere that's not too far from here, where they exclusively they do everything in their power to make it difficult for Black and Hispanic potential homeowners to get a home.
There's still racism in lending, and we can't even imagine the Karens at the HOA. Jesus Christ, can you imagine?
Oh.
You fucking paint your house bone white instead of like bright white. That's $3,000. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It all starts with redlining. Like, I'm sure a lot of people are slightly familiar with that, but when I say redlining, I mean like literally these city planners back starting in the 30s, actually under Roosevelt, and his policy he was passing with the New Deal and everything. They were actually literally taking maps and redlining, the red pen, neighborhoods where, okay, this will be the white suburb and this will be the Black ghetto. And they cannot mix. They cannot intermingle with each other. So real estate is such a powerful force for our history, what America looks like today, politics, the economics of everything. I mean, I don't know if have you guys ever touched on like Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma back in the 1920s?
Yeah, I'm aware of that. But we've never talked about it because the conversation
never got
bombs.
To that point.
Yeah, exactly.
From a fucking biplane with a fucking twirl-a-whirl fucking paddle on it.
If you've ever watched Watchmen, the series,
the redo, they get into that. They start first episode.
The first episode, they're
goosebumps.
Not
even then,
not shy
I was like,
about
yo,
it,
thank God some fucking media finally did this.
Yeah.
This is insane.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about it.
And there's a lot of people, and I remember when I watched Watchmen. I know we're getting a little off topic. We'll get back,
we can stay here. We can stay here. Go ahead.
But I remember watching that episode of Watchmen. I go online because I wanted to see how people would react to it. And you have a bunch of people in the comments who are just like, yo, I never knew about that.
They bombed people. The U.S. military fucking bombed people.
American citizens on their
Black
own soil.
people.
Yes.
And same thing with that same shit would have happened in that neighborhood in Philadelphia.
Yeah, the MOVE organization.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they fucking dropped napalm from
napalm.
helicopters. Yo, imagine like that drunk fucking cop sitting in that helicopter like, yo, this is kind of crazy. What the fuck? We're like napalming the Vietnamese, and now we're napalming Philadelphia? What the fuck? And like, who would have thought dropping like, flammable gasoline bombs on these homes that are literally fucking next to each other cause a giant fire, fucked up so much goddamn infrastructure?
Dude.
And guess who paid for it? Everybody.
Right.
Except the government.
Except the
Speaking of racist
God.
fucking mayors. That guy in Philadelphia? Yeah, the okay. Go ahead. Jesus Christ.
No, and like, we probably could have another episode just talking about that. Like,
honestly,
detailing,
that's
like
I wrote my papers in college on that shit.
All right, so yeah,
that's why I was like, move.
All right, so let's go.
MOV.
Let's go to that, right? Because we were talking before we started recording, and it's funny how where life can take you, right? Because we're gonna go ahead and transition to me just interviewing you and stuff like that, right? And then talking about fucking tally life. We'll get to that. We're gonna save that for the end, right? Because we still want to hear about some of the most hilarious stories in your profession. But getting to your profession, how do you go from political science major to this? To processor?
Well, it's actually kind of like easy in terms of like most people that do get a political science degree, they go to law school. And like I was saying, like I was working at this restaurant in Tallahassee and I just fucking loved it. Like I always loved cooking and shit. And so like I finished up and I came back to Florida and I was just like, no, I just want to cook. Thanks, Dad, for all the money. Idiot. No, I'm just kidding. But love you, Dad. So I just started cooking. And like, then I realized like, wait, I'm just waking up every day.
Facts.
I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I mean, yeah, I could, pull myself up on my bootstraps and do my own thing. But like, I realized I wanted to switch back to, I realized law is more tangible to hopefully maybe help somebody fucking one day. Not to sound like that guy, but
that's real though. That's
yeah,
real,
I mean,
man.
it's from my heart. I was depressed at 13 because I read too much goddamn politics and Noam Chomsky and Howard Zinn back in the day, and I'm like, wait, we're the bad guys.
Yeah, it would fuck you
like,
up when
wait,
you
hold
realize
on.
you're the bad guy, bro.
I was like, oh, America, I love the movie The Patriot with Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson hates Jews now? Oh, fuck.
How did you feel about that when you found out that Mel Gibson was
I wasn't surprised. Have you seen The Passion? Do you see how he made my grandfather look? They're like, yes, haha. I'm doing the rubbing of the hands motion. It's not the Birdman. I was actually listening to you earlier. You're like, I'm doing the Birdman. Originally, it's when Nazis use that phrase, they mean it's like a Jew about to make a good deal. Like,
bro, hold on, bro. Now that you say that, right?
Remember, don't cancel them. I am Jewish.
No. Now that you say that, bro, I never realized that Passion of the Christ was literally a vanity project for Mel Gibson just to say fuck the Jews, bro.
Yo, that's like BDSM.
That's hilarious.
I never really saw it that way because I used to be a Christian.
Angry.
I'm more of a. I'm not gonna say I'm an atheist now, but I'm more on that line. But
yeah, same here. By the way,
at that point, I was a Christian, so I just saw it from the Christian point of view. Now that you say that, somebody who is Jewish, how you took that entire movie, now I'm also all I'm saying. Literally, that whole movie's two middle fingers, bro, to your entire culture, bro. That's hilarious. It's not funny, but it's hilarious.
No, you can say it's hilarious. I laugh. I mean, I've been watching like fucking 10 years.
That is fucked up, man.
It's funny, yeah. And like, he got so anti-Semitic, he lost his Australian accent. What's the deal with that? You're not Australian anymore? What the fuck are you doing?
Yo, that phone call is...
Yo, I was about to bring up the phone call.
I
don't know if we can say the C word on here, but dude, just when he was just like, oh, you can't. And he fucking brings out the Australian accent. Listen, can't. Swear to fucking God, can't. I'll fucking kill you and your fucking Jewish grandfather cat. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Hey, that beef he had with Jews was personal, man. Like,
yeah.
God,
No, he
damn.
had like a bad accountant one day, and it just fucked this whole shit up.
Goddamn, Mel.
All the money he made from Passion? Jesus. Did you see all the rabbis? Oh, they're like, ha, ha, ha. Yes, let's kill this Christ. Ha, ha, ha. They're like Russian for some reason. It's like, dude, Pontius Pilate gave the okay. He was the one that gave the okay, not the fucking... I mean, they brought him before him. They were ripping his lungs out.
Yeah, it was
with the cat on nine tails.
I mean, it was.
You ain't walking up a mountain with the fucking 3,000-pound ass fucking cross. I'm sorry, it was not realistic.
It was torture porn.
I like.
That's what.
Like
it
I
was.
said, I got my minor in history. I'm here for the truth.
All right, so you went from cooking, like at the job. Did you know somebody, or did you just say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna apply for this, and if I get it, I get it"?
Oh, I never wanted to admit this, but my dad knows
bro,
my boss,
but
doesn't like him, so it's different.
Don't fucking care, bro. It's not about what you know.
Wait, hold on.
It's about who you know, bro.
I'm just kidding. No,
if you want me to cut it, it will be cut.
No, he loves my boss.
Okay, so yeah, it's not what you know, it's who you know, bro. And the difference between you is you wasn't lazy with the shit.
No,
you took an opportunity and ran with it.
Pretty much, my dad was just like, "Yo, I know this guy," and I was like, "Well, fuck it." I just worked at Grand Lux during a couple seasons. Grand Lux in Aventura, Florida, couple seasons. I never thought a fucking Canadian couple would make me cry. There I was in the cooler. In the cooler crying.
All right, so give me some of your favorite stories. Give me some of your favorite stories in the job, like the most ridiculous shit that you've seen so far, bro.
All right. Well, first, I actually want to preface with why wire instructions are super important, because nobody fucking listens to them, and they don't know how close they are to fucking sending $300,000 in one go to like a fucking bank in China where a hacker is gonna fuck you in the ass till you die. So they will take emails. This is just like, I guess, one of my last tips before. It's still a funny story, but they'll take emails and like mine, for example, Cameron at blah 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 dot blah com, and they will switch one letter. So where I'm talking to these people all day, right? By the 15th email I'm sending you, you're not looking at the fact that the R in my name is gone. You just see Cameron, and they'll give you a pair of different wire instructions. And these people will send hundreds of thousands of dollars to this other fucking routing number and account number, and they don't even realize it. And the one time that actually did happen, this guy sent $300,000. It almost makes me sick thinking about, because I wanted to die for 2 weeks straight.
Oh my
because
God.
I felt like it was my fault, because it was my email that they were pretending to be, right? So we fixed it. Like the second that happens, that's an FBI call instantly. Like literally the FBI. You don't talk to anyone else. You talk to the FBI. FBI gets involved, and we start working together. And I thought that was weird, because I'm like, fuck the FBI.
Hey, it's fuck the FBI.
Yeah. But I'm like, all right, in this situation,
we
need to get this white man his
set
money.
Our differences aside.
Yes. You don't get this man his money, he will call me forever, and I want to kill myself.
Hey, you know that meme was the big white muscular dude doing like this with the black dude.
Bro, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger and Apollo Creed from Predator.
Yeah, so you doing that,
bro,
right? That is
that,
FBI. You fuck these fucking chinks, bro.
Yeah.
We are definitely getting canceled for that one.
I didn't laugh at that. I'm white, and I did not laugh. Coronavirus is real.
Shout out to my Asian folks, bro. Blame the liquor. JK. Allegedly.
I'm going to allegedly pour another glass of this Woodford Reserve into this plastic cup.
All right, man. So, go on. Go ahead.
My funniest story, though, bro. Sorry if it's hard to get through, because it just fucking cracks me up even thinking about it. So this guy, Frank, that's his real name too.
Italian guy?
Probably.
Most likely.
He had to be. He was annoying, loud. But he brought no gabagool to the table. Anyway, fucking, he was such a scumbag. All I remember is I never seen my main boss talk to him. But he just kept fucking going on about how he did his security system for his lovely lawyer house in Parkland.
Right.
Anyway, I'm a renter, by the way, talking shit about HOAs. Fuck them. Anyway, so he's like, yeah, I worked for your blank boss, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. I'm like, okay, so we actually did a couple deals for him. He was like exploiting his younger nephew. I believe this guy's like 50 something. One of those guys that's like it looks like he's constantly on crack. Like, but no joke. I've been around the block. I could tell.
You could tell.
I could tell.
You could spot a crack.
He's on something. There's no way he's not on speed or some sort of that. And just the way he dressed too. Giveaway.
That nigga just be tweaking, I guess.
So we like did a deal from him before, and of course it was awful, and I wanted to just fucking quit the whole time because this guy's just fucking menace to society.
Right.
Not in a good way. He is coming in to close this deal, and he's been exploiting his nephew this whole time, like I was saying, pretty much making him work for free doing contractor work. I also think about that just to get in that real quick. I'm like, they don't know anything. So what contract work is he doing? How is he making this shitty apartment better somehow? I don't know what he's doing. And the abuse level must have been off the charts because by the time we get to the closing table, I'm sorry if I fucking keep cracking up. It almost makes me want to like cry laugh because it's so fucking funny. So we get to the closing table. The mom of the cousin who's being exploited, I'm guessing if that's the cousin, they're probably first cousins. Or brother and sister, I don't know. We're at the closing table, and I'm just by myself out there. This is our old office on Commercial, naturally, right? And it's a fucking nephew/cousin, the younger kid that was getting exploited, pulls out a letter. I've never seen this in my fucking life. And I'm just like sitting at the head of the table. For some reason, the whole family is there. There's a fucking guy trying to buy a Cadillac in the lobby. Because he thought that was part of the deal or something. And I'm like, what the fuck? I don't sell cars. What the fuck are you doing? So there's a different family in the lobby right now. And I'm just like, fuck it. I'm rolling with it. Like, God, I wish I was drunk for that shit because it was just so nonsense. But the kid whips out a letter. And I swear to God, the fucking first thing he says is like, Dear Uncle Frank, I fucking hate you. And I'm just
definitely
like,
Italian.
I am just like,
definitely Italian.
Fucking so close to just losing my mind, crying, laughing. Because these people are just like, I hate Frank, right? So I'm not like empathetic to these people. I hate this man, and I hate the fact he just brought all these people. They walked in with a fucking entourage of like white trash.
Definitely Italian.
And I'm just like, these one guys kept asking me like, yo, what's the deal with the car? And I'm like, motherfucker, this is a real estate contract. I've never seen a car part of the project. The contract, it does not mention your fucking Cadillac, dude. Yeah. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? And so the second he says that, brother, when I say the Bart Simpson choke, this man, Homer Simpson, Bart Simpson's choke, like like in real life. So I'm at the head of the table, right? And it's a glass table, so it's like, but it's rectangle. Just thinking about it. God, I wish we had a fucking security camera in there. I would have fucking brought it. But he starts fucking Homer Simpson, Bart Simpson choking like that because the kid's not fighting back. And he's like our age.
Right.
And I like kind of started thinking like, what a pussy. And
right, nigga,
so I'm just sitting there like, wait, what the fuck is happening right now? So he's Bart Simpson, and they're all like small. Like I can handle all of them, which made it funny because like I'm not in danger personally.
Okay, maybe they're not Italian.
Well, no, they were. I watched enough Sopranos. But anyway, well, I realize I have to stand up and do something. I have the stamp. I'm the notary in this building. By the way, my attorneys who didn't come out to help me whatsoever, who could have definitely. So I have a family of fucking. It's like a House of 1,000 Corpses family, pretty much at my closing table. And so I get up and I break them up, and I'm just like, I get that weird feeling in my head. Just maybe it's like as a Broward boy or as a Noel, and I'm just like, accidentally hit me.
Definitely a
right now. Yeah, I don't know. I was like feeling the adrenaline. I'm like, let's fuck this shit up. Right
fucking go. Yeah.
And what do you call it? Fucking. So I break them up. The mom is just like crying, like unbelievably, and I'm just everyone's crying. I forgot actually. I had the president of the HOA sitting there, who's doing the deal with the guy. I don't know if this is gonna be. Well, I didn't say anyone's name. Sorry. Anyways, fucking, he's like, fuck this. I guess he's from Boston. Yeah, I'm gonna go get my cat and fuck off. I should have went to Harvard. Fuck this. I knew I should have voted for Kennedy. And then, so he fucked off, bruh. The police are in the closing room now, and like you know how they do the like BSO for listeners out there. You know when they their arms get too heavy because they're too full of tribal tattoos, they have to hold their fucking Kevlar vest. So they're like,
I know exactly.
Yeah, he's doing one of these. Like, listen, I just got out of the academy. He's like, are you guys just signing? And I'm like, this is so fucking weird. Like, I just saw somebody got Bart Simpson. There's a cop in my closing room right now, and I just got like, I got some papers to go. I got shit to finish up. My attorney's in the back not doing shit. I'm just like, what the fuck? And then I take him out of the closing room. The cop just didn't care. He had no idea what was going on either, and I almost kind of give him that. Because what the fuck? Why are you at a law firm right now stopping a fight? I mean, actually, no. Think about that again. Anyway, so they start fighting again in the hallway, which is fucking maybe like 1 foot like across, like the hallway to get to the closing room. And once again, I get right in the middle of it. I'm just like, stop, like they're children, like because they're small. And I'm just like, stop. And then it turned for the next hour. They're just yelling outside. Just right out, we're on the first floor at this point at our office over there. And they're just yelling and yelling and yelling at each other. And the kid that wants the fucking car has no idea he's not getting the car. It's like, there's no car involved. What the fuck are you doing? I call my boss and tell him what happens. And he's like, yeah, we'll never deal with them again. That wasn't true. But that moment just, that's my best notary story probably.
That moment solidified to you, man, humanity is perfectly insane.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's when I realized families will fuck each other over. Because guess what? Sometimes I have to call these boys and I'm like, hey, you know that sister that you put me on the phone for 20 minutes saying you don't like? She has to sign off on this one piece of paper, the most important one, the deed. I need to call her, and she needs to sign this. And you're not making this money if we don't sell this. Because you have to put it in terms like that.
Got you.
You say we're not closing. Oh, fuck that. We'll do this, blah, blah. No. You're not making money if you don't make this happen. Oh. Yeah, it'd be like that, though, like...
All right, no. Go ahead. What you were saying?
No, that was pretty much the end of that story. Just my favorite part was I just never in my life saw, like, the eyes popped out. The Bart Simpson choking.
You saw Homer choking Bart in live action.
Who gets to say that ever? Nobody really. And like at a professional table. Like, I'm like, okay, well, we're doing
Dear Uncle Frank, I fucking hate you.
Yeah. Put that on the t-shirt. Dear Uncle Frank, I fucking hate you. The second that came, his mom's crying and I'm crying laughing though, because I'm just at the point where I fucking hate this guy. Like if they were decent people, I'd be there for them. But he's such a fucking dickhead. All white too. All white. Not like how I came in though with my tight ass white Reeboks to the listeners. But like white shirt, white pants. Like, bro, you're 50 and you look like you smoke meth every day. You're not tight. You're not sick. You're not based. You're cringe.
Oh man.
And you're fucking weird. And your nephew clearly hates you. He got no money. He called me once and he was like, yo, when am I getting this, that, and the other? And I was just like, oh, let me put you on hold. I just didn't have the heart because I lost whatever he was trying to look for, and I just didn't want to give it to him. I was like, fuck this. I was like, no, you're done.
I mean, think how deep-rooted that hate has to be if going into the situation, you took a shower that day. Maybe not them, like you said, they were dirty or whatever, right? You got ready. You went to a professional place of business, and you knew what you was going to do. You knew you were going to hand somebody a paper that says, Dear Uncle Frank, I fucking hate you, dog. That hate has to be deep.
Handwritten on the, what do you call it? The fucking Harriet the Spy fucking ass. What do they used to call those? The goddamn, what you did to that with that granite. The Panda notebook, not the Panda floor.
Oh, fuck.
Composition notebook.
Okay,
yeah, it was like off of one of those. And those don't even tear. You ever try to tear one of those off?
Terrible.
Fuck, I brought my composition notebook to school and like tear it out and turn it in. It's like, bam, right across the shit.
That shit will fuck the whole fucking book up if you do that, bro.
Fuck, yeah.
All right, so let's go down memory lane, bro. Like we're gonna end this on a good note, right?
For sure.
And we all went to Tallahassee for college, right?
Oh no, hell yeah.
And I just want to go ahead and give some of just take it back, bro. Take it back. When's the last time you've been?
I'm in a fraternity there. I guess I'll not mention that just due to Anyway, yeah. So last time I was there, the boys just got a place on College Avenue. And I was there when we had a place.
What year was this?
This was last time I was there, it was like right before COVID because I go back every year.
Okay, so this was recent. This was recent.
Maybe like 2018. It was the VTech game that we got the shit kicked out of us.
Oof.
Speaking about FSU to the people who's listening.
Yeah.
FSU.
FSU versus VTech, and we got the shit kicked out of us. But when I was there originally, though, our house was also on MLK and fucking College Ave. Our original house.
So y'all was in the hood.
Yeah, close enough. What I loved about Tallahassee is like, they always joke around Florida like you got Frenchtown. I walked through Frenchtown once, really fucked up, because I dropped my phone in a goddamn porta potty at the Strip on St. Patrick's Day, and I was so pissed off I just started walking home.
St. Patty's Day is like a fucking that was my favorite holiday throughout college years.
It's the greatest holiday outside of Halloween.
Favorite holiday.
I don't know if I'm like PTSD'd off it now, but I literally have not celebrated. I don't think a like St. Patrick's Day like that, obviously, since college, because it just used to be just so like aggressively like, dear Uncle Cam, fuck you, I'm gonna drink till I die. But yeah, but when I dropped that fucking cell phone in that goddamn porta potty at the Strip, and bro, this was like 9 a.m. The shit was just getting started. We were up from the night before, and a fucking girl slipped down the stairs. Like, remember the Strip? And then there were the stairs to the back, like the parking lot and everything next to McDonald's,
right
on Tennessee. Bro, this girl slipped and fucking busted her 2 front teeth out, and she was cute.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
So I was just thinking, like, no, not her. And that kind of fucked me up. So I went to the bathroom to, like, make a phone call, and and I dropped my fucking phone in the goddamn shit, and I just walked through Trenchtown like the most dangerous white person in the history of the world. But I used to live it down under. My first roommates in Tallahassee. Actually, this might be funny. A side story. My first roommates. I always make the joke. I had the 3 types of black people that I lived with. My first roommates ever in the history of the world. I had Mike, who sold shitty weed, stole all my food that I bought from Walmart. And then I had like Jonathan. Jonathan was the man. His dad was a preacher, and like we used to talk, and like we got into it. And then I can't remember the last guy's name because I just didn't talk to him that much because he was like a gamer boy, but like not weird like, white neo-Nazi gamer boy these days, but like gamer boy from back in the day where like he just truly enjoyed games.
Just
that's
gaming
it. That's
all day.
it. Yeah.
But he was so fucking. He was the anime kid that wore the Naruto shit in high
he
school.
one of them.
But like, I'm not hating on anyone.
But here's the funny thing though, like the lines are so blurred. Like that's the cool guy now, bro.
Bruh.
He hot right now, bro.
Yeah, he is getting fucked.
He's
right
getting
now.
fucked.
Me and him used to watch True Blood. That's how long ago. Damn, we're old. We watched True Blood together, not
True
Game
Blood.
of Thrones. I'm talking True Blood.
That's throwback. That's
Jesus.
Throwback.
No, but I'm actually still friends with my boy Jonathan, the one I like to talk to. But I just always like, I love that joke. It's like I had the asshole that ate my food, like the tight buddy, and then the gamer bro that wore the Naruto shit. But that was like my first year in college up there. But we were so tight, like, man, we used to party together and just fucking get fucked up. That's back like when I'm like, damn, I left college, I'm still smoking really shitty weed. Why is this happening? I'm like, Mike, and then like never mind. That's a different story. That's off the mic. But yeah, Tallahassee was just.
Nah, I mean, I ended up moving up. It was me, Herb. I'm sure you know Matt and Alan.
Yeah, of course. Oh, my favorite people.
The 4 of us moved up there together, bro. And I remember, man, that shit was just a fucking adventure, bro. Every fucking day, bro.
Oh my god, every
Like-
day.
like,
Remember
honestly,
Chubby's?
Yes, yo, Chubby's.
Why was
the
Chubby
shit.
so? I could not. I remember every time I walked in there, I couldn't see anything. I was just always blacked out at Chubby's.
Dude?
But I
it
woke
was-
up all right. You know what I'm saying?
That's the club that turned.
Sorry,
into,
baby.
That's the club that turned into Coliseum, right?
Yeah. Coliseum,
Yeah,
and then
became
now it's a
Coliseum.
fucking Target or something. It's weird.
Oh, it's a Target.
Bro, in when's the last time you've been to Tally? They change everything.
The last
every
time
day they
I
change
went
something.
to Tallahassee was not when my sister graduated, but one of my close friends, she graduated. I was kind of like 2018-ish.
Oh
probably.
yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah. So like I only go up for like just one game and I visit the boys, and I ain't gonna lie, man. My boys, they just keep going they just keep getting bigger and bigger houses, and like they're just killing it. Right now they actually have the old I'm not gonna say the name, but they have the old Pie Cap house now.
Gotcha.
Or the old Fisig house right next to not Chubby's. It's a goddamn pig. Potbellies.
Oh, Potbelly.
Yeah. And I'm just like, damn. Like, cause like,
Potbellies is still around. There's a lot of places that changed. Like AJ's ain't there no more.
$10 is all you can drink fucking Thursdays, and then what do you call it? In Tennessee, they used to Bullwinkles. That's when that's where you went when you turned 21. You went to Bullwinkles. $10 all you can drink Crown. Hell yeah.
Top shelf $10.
Hey, what's good, baby mama? Let's ride.
Yeah, I had many a drunken nights at Bulls, bro, and I used to collect straws, bro. I'd have like 14. I'd wake up the next day and be like, I drank 15 drinks. Awesome. Like, hell yeah.
All this is Natty. I'm tapping my stomach.
Bro, Natty is sponsored by Tallahassee every college, bro.
I don't know
if it's funny because I had no idea what the fuck Natural Ice Natty Lights was till I got to fucking Tallahassee, bro.
That was the beer beer pong national drink.
Sponsored our fucking lives.
Yeah, bro.
For a hot minute there.
Okay. Matter of fact, I don't know, and if we got to blank it out, right, and we're gonna go ahead and close up soon. How much can you tell me about your relation? Because I remember back in the day when I first met you.
Yeah.
You were telling me about how like you was really in with that Jameis Winston era football team, like Kelvin Benjamin and those guys, right? Now, can you speak on these things if you can't?
No, I can definitely. You know why I can speak on this? Because Kelvin Benjamin never said a word. He was the quietest motherfucker I ever met in my entire life. Listen, everybody right now, nobody else can ever say this exact sentence ever. I sat next to Kelvin Benjamin and watched Paranormal Activity 3 in a movie theater in Tallahassee next to Kelvin Benjamin. And he didn't move. I was freaking out. But we used to, like, he would never touch nothing. We'd just smoke blunts and, like, chill. Because he was dating my girlfriend's roommate, who was a Cubano with mucho grande chicho. Yeah. Cool. Like that. Anyway, yeah. He bought her a pit bull that she has till this day, funny enough. A blue nose. Yeah. But I could show you pictures right after this. And me and Kelvin Benjamin actually just kind of hit it off. And I don't know if you remember that hill on Tennessee? You pass fucking Pensacola, I think it is. Not a strip club because there weren't strip clubs over there.
Right. Oh, you
Cheeks? Cheeks? Yeah. Cheeks Lounge. So I go there with Kelvin, right? Yeah, this sounds stupid. But I go there with Kelvin, and the Tally boys start going off on him. No respect. They're saying he's a fucking sellout.
The locals or who?
The local boys in the club. Because we got VIP, we're chilling. Our girls aren't there. Like me and Kelvin actually, he didn't talk a lot, and I talked a lot. But we had these weird moments like where he was just dating that girl for, looking back, I guess, a short period of time. Maybe like 3 months, 4 months, but... We were actually really tight because
3 months
I talked
in
a lot.
Tallahassee is a fucking lifetime, bro. Like, for real.
My God.
Yeah. So just to give people clarity, but go on.
Anyway, so we go to Cheeks, and like this is late at night, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably acting a fool because I'm from down here, and I'm 21 by this point. I'm Scarlett's is my main. Like I'm doing my thing and shit. And I'm just trying to tell Kevin like what the fucking beat is and shit. And bro, it was one of those situations where these boys started just going at him so hard. He, like, just came to me. He's like, Cam, fuck these kids. Let's leave. Like, they were really trying his fucking life. They were saying, like, he's a fucking sellout. And if I remember correctly, he was actually from Bama originally. And they were just giving him shit. And it's fucking Kelvin. Literally, I swear to God, I met a lot of people. I traveled around the world. One of the nicest men I've ever met in my entire fucking life. And we're just in this random situation now where we're friends. You know what I mean? Just because our girls live with each other. And fucking, we're out in the parking lot now. Of course, spills out into the parking lot. And I'm kind of fucked up. And obviously, I'm not going to save Kelvin Benjamin from nothing. I'm not saying I'm the shit. But, he's like, yo, Cam, hop in the truck. Because he had a big-ass fucking Dodge at the time. And shit, like on fucking whatever. It was, I remember having to, like, climb a fucking ladder to get up there. And fucking the boys, like, nothing popped off serious. I've definitely seen way more serious in Tally than that. But they were just, like, disrespecting the fuck out of him. And on the way home, we are just driving back. And they actually lived, like, remember Boardwalk? And then the next one was West 10, I think.
Yes, West 10.
But then they lived past Capitol Circle at the other one.
The U Green? Was it U Green? It wasn't U Green. No, I don't think
it was right past that, by that big Walmart.
Yeah.
Before Capitol Circle, actually. Anyway, in the car, he was just like, I fucking hate this shit, man. They fucking do this to me all the time. Obviously, this was like 2021, No, I mean 11. Sorry, 2012. And he's just like, they always fucking do this to me. Like, I don't understand. It's because people are fucking hating on his ass. And then what do you do right after that? Kunk. National fucking championships. Yeah, get that ass. And then fucking right in front of my street on MLK. Word up. Fucking riots. Just fucking tossing the cars over. And it's weird. It's like that time in my life. It's like, I'll probably never talk to Kelvin Benjamin again. It'd be so funny to run into him later. I mean, I know he's doing his own thing now.
Yeah, he just got signed to the Giants. He just got back.
Oh, he's still playing now.
No, so
I thought he fucked off for a bit.
So he did fuck off, but he just got signed to the
New
York Giants.
That was my boy.
Of course, I remember you telling me.
And it's like not a joke. It's like we were talking that real shit together. You know,
that's crazy.
So yeah, he's back in the NFL, and he had a position change. So he's with the Giants, but he's playing tight end. Yeah, tight end.
Yeah,
he was always a big receiver, so that's actually
6'5", bro, 280. Bro.
Yeah, it's just a big boy in general, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Man, what a small fucking world. Who'd have thought I'd know somebody who fucking was
bro.
tight with
Honestly, I was just sitting there and I was just like, holy shit, like this is my boy. Like this is the, I don't know what it is. It's like this is the first famous person I know. Like, holy shit. But that was my boy. Like he was tight. He was so quiet for the fucking. He was a monolith to me.
Right.
I mean, he's just
a football guy. So
yeah, I mean, he's fucking
he's a titan now. Yeah.
And it's just like we're just sitting there, sitting on the couch, not smoking blunts, and fucking, we're just like hanging out. He's got his girl, I got mine. I don't even know how they know each other, to be honest. And we just became boys. But he was just like what's that like phrase for that? Like the quiet giant,
gentle giant,
exactly. Fucking, I trust him with my life even till this day, though. I can show you some pictures after this that are pretty tight.
Dope. That's definitely dope.
But,
all right, so to close out the show, right, before we let you go, we want to get your opinion on a couple movies that we talked about, right? Because I was surprised that you went kind of left. And one, we could do Mortal Kombat. We could do Snyder Cut. The Mortal Kombat is not even worth it, right? You really didn't fuck with Snyder Cut.
All right. When I watch these movies, I am fucking 1 hour sleep in, hungover, angry. I got about 15 days left on my Facebook ban. I just want to tell the world why they're wrong. No, but I mean, like I said, I was listening before, and I know you said your pops is into the Marvel, but you watch the cartoons. You grew up with the cartoon shit, right? And so I did as well. I don't have. I could pinpoint it right now. I've been to so many therapists. I can read myself. I didn't have the nostalgia factor, right? Whereas with Star Wars, honestly, I could see why people that never seen that shit are like, "What the fuck? This is literally the lamest shit I've ever seen in my life." Right? With Marvel, DC is a technical standpoint, like why it's bad. But Marvel, I never had the nostalgia. I don't have the love. And when I'm a loyal person. When I have that nostalgia, it's there forever, and I will defend it ignorantly and on purpose ignorantly for no reason. So when I saw the Snyder Cut, and, I know the story behind the whole thing.
Of course, for sure.
When it comes to director cuts and shit like that, first of all, the term director cut, this is a whole nother episode as well. Director cut is I believe it started with like Blade Runner initially. I feel like every movie should just be director cut, and obviously not like Apocalypse Now, like 4 hours. We're in fucking
right.
This situation. With Snyder, it's just pure like hate at that point. I just he's the HOA calling me. No, but no, it was better. It was better. Like honestly, that last dialogue with what's his face and Joker,
Yeah. Batman.
I did actually really like that. But there's like self-aware movies and then there's non-self-aware movies. And when I say that, I mean like look at 1984. What a literally the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Don't save yourself.
Of course.
Or watch it and then talk shit about it.
You're talking about the Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Wonder Woman. Yeah.
If it was a movie that was an hour and a half, I would try.
Yeah.
I can't watch it back.
Why is it 1984?
Yeah,
they named it 1984 to sell it to fucking like crazy people that think George Orwell's 1984 is happening right now. The only 1984 part about the whole movie is a 1 minute scene where she's making Chris Pine change his clothes, and it's like, oh, this is funny. First of all, Gal Gadot is sexy as shit, obviously.
Of course.
But she's a shitty actress.
This is very true.
All her fucking movies are trash. Wonder Woman is actually a trash character. What's going on? Amazon? The Amazons? What's happened? I don't know. What the fuck? The Isle of Lesbos? Let's get real. But just trash. Just not. What's his face from? I know you guys talk about Narcos too. My boy.
Oh,
my
shit.
boy.
Holy shit. Pedro.
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal.
Oh, that boy.
He was bad in that movie.
What do you call it? I got to show you another picture, by the way.
He was Maxwell Lord, which is way cooler in the comics than he was in the movies.
Best. Good for fucking Pedro. He's one of the greatest actors alive right now, doing his thing. What do you call it? Speaking of which, Narcos, which I love. My dad actually looks more like the guy. Looks more like Pablo Escobar than the guy that played Pablo Escobar. I'll show you that Instagram photo that I did. It's kind of funny.
That's hilarious.
I'll show you.
Yeah, because the thing is, the guy who played Pablo,
amazing though.
I
love hearing him talk,
but he doesn't really
just the way
look
he
like
was speaking,
Pablo.
like give orders.
They have that same.
Pablo had the light eyes.
Yeah. So
but he did
really
get big. I love his shitty polos that he was rocking. He's like, I'm literally the most dangerous, richest motherfucker in the world. Look how shitty my style is.
I'll say this.
That's how you get real.
He had the posture of Pablo Escobar.
Yeah.
Like he had that down. Like the way he stands, the way he walks, he had that down. He just doesn't look like him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You can only style a motherfucker up so much, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
A face is a face, and eyes are eyes. Like I truly believe, like I can look into your eyes, and then meet, your grandmother, your uncle, or your father, somebody, and I truly feel like you'll see them a little bit. You have to, right?
For sure. Speaking of incredible actors, right, bro? You know who's like legitimately incredible, but he doesn't really get talked on to that level? Martin Freeman, bro. The guy who played the Hobbit.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yeah, but
I thought you were about to say the guy that played the character they made up for Mortal Kombat that we all had to look up.
Fuck no, because the dude who played Cole.
You talking about Cole Young?
Sorry, you guys are calling me out. I definitely was listening to that episode. I was like, I thought the same thing. Like what the fuck? Who is this guy?
Cole Young, like, bro, before you guys got here,
washed up piece of shit, like can't fight. Like
here's the thing.
I need to find my magic.
You guys remember back? I don't know I know Herb watched it. I don't know about you, Cam, but Mortal Kombat had like this YouTube series called Mortal Kombat Legacy.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, they kind of did, and that's what was trying to blow us up for this movie. They didn't even know what they were making.
Right.
And what's his face? Homie, sorry,
Michael J. White.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
So after the Mortal Kombat movie was so bad that I never finished. I didn't even know that shit had 2 seasons, nigga. Apparently, Mortal Kombat Legacy has 2 seasons. I only got as far as to the Raiden episode, and I was watching it with my sister earlier today, and I'm just like, these niggas made this shit on fucking YouTube, and it's better than a movie that's supposed to make money, dog.
Right, and then, but we detailed a part of the reason why, which is why I said, like, I'm getting to the point where I'm just gonna swear off anything that WB has their hand in, because they can't help themselves. Like I said, the director said,
"Yeah, go ahead." WB was just like
coming out with the shit.
I'm waking
movie,
up.
man.
What's going on a Saturday? Let's ride. And shit was just crazy.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, they're still making. Actually, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know what's a good movie anymore. Right? Because the movies that you're excited for, they're all blockbusters, quote unquote. Right? So
yeah,
I don't
just
know.
Trying to sell them.
Yeah, I don't know what's a small movie. I don't know what I don't know. So Martin Scorsese, right? He has this thing where he's like, cinema is dead, and I understand what he's saying. I don't necessarily agree, but I understand because there is a difference between a film and a movie. I don't see a lot of films.
No.
Like Goodfellas, I just watched it at work. Incredible. Casino,
that's
incredible.
Cinema.
That's cinema.
That's cinema
film.
To him.
Yeah.
Movie is the roller coaster ride. Movie is like the Godzilla. I'm having a good time. Yeah.
Fucking shit like
Jesus
that.
Christ.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
That mess.
That is a movie.
But
it has
Mortal
no
Kombat
heart. It has
is
nothing.
self-aware of why it's bad, and that's why I personally liked it and didn't take offense.
That was the only part about it that I see. Like they knew
Sonya
they were
Blade.
Bad. They
Oh
knew
my
it.
God! What
But I
soft
don't agree
core
with that.
fucking?
I don't agree with that. The thing is, because like I said, trust me, I understand what it wanted to be. The problem is I can only judge the final product. If you're going to be self-aware, be self-aware. If you want to make a self-aware, loony, campy movie, Cole Young wouldn't even be in the fucking movie, bro.
Yeah, that was a ballsy move with that.
That was a studio-mandated
which Jewish
character.
screenwriter invented Cole Young?
That was a studio-mandated character.
I'll call my cousins
bro.
and I'll get back to you.
Right? So that was somebody who the studio said we need to have this character in because, I don't know, Luke Kane can't be that?
Yeah,
Johnny Cage can't be
bro,
that?
I just love how 110%, let's be real, we were all sitting there like this. This is me going on Wikipedia right now.
I did though.
What
Bro,
the
like,
fuck?
I searched
Everybody did that
immediately.
The second you could actually like realize what his name was and how to spell
I
it.
was like, bro, because at first I thought that I was like, oh, this the Lulu.
No, I thought I was stupid.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, hold on, who the fuck's this?
Cole Young, and then when
Yeah.
you look it up, it tells you, oh, Cole Young is a
Cole Young sounds like
brand new
the next cop that's gonna get life in prison.
And they talk about the Arcana, bro. This
Yeah,
nigga's
the Arcana. Yeah, like it's fucking.
Bro.
Make sure you got your purple bar all the way up for your fucking for your magic attack.
But
Like,
here's
get
the
the
thing.
fuck out of here.
His Arcana makes no sense because if you think about how all the other characters in not Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat are, right?
And invented.
Scorpion has the kunai with the robe. Sub-Zero can shoot ice balls. Liu Kang can shoot fireballs. Kano has the laser ball. Sonya has the purple beams. This nigga gets armor. Like, bro, what the
Yeah.
fuck is that? That shit made no sense. They didn't even explain
The
how
second that shit
worked,
whipped out,
nothing.
I was like, you gotta be fucking shitting me. I really did love the Yakuza versus Triad kind of vibe that they had going on.
Yeah, they did.
That was to me like the best part of the
Sorry
movie was
about
the
that.
first 7 minutes, and they knew that. That's why they released the first 7 minutes of the movie. 'Cause
Right.
that was
The
literally,
hype
That
people
was.
love.
It was literally that scene where like, oh, here's my wife dying.
and you got a much lesser movie after that, man. But all right,
They
man.
have to come out with the second though.
I don't even know if they're even gonna
Johnny
get to that
Cage.
point,
They're gonna
bro.
make the biggest asshole in the world. That actor.
I'm telling
Ryan
you,
Reynolds,
like
right,
it was
supposedly?
it was so underwhelming, like from everybody, bro. Like even the diehards, like even people who enjoyed it was like, I mean, it's cool.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not fucking
Bro,
right
it was a
home.
Mortal Kombat movie and it didn't even have a tournament.
That's wild. That's nasty.
Bro,
That's nasty.
Yeah,
why
that-
even call it Mortal Kombat?
Bro,
at
that was
point?
the Troll of the Year award for that one. we must make the tournament. And then it's just like, no, we're just gonna jump these fools in the outer realm.
Bro, I'm
Fuck
watching,
these haters.
I'm watching
like,
the movie and halfway through I'm just like, there's gonna be no
bro, they
tournament
just
in this
jumped
movie.
them after they got their stupid magic potions, bro.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
I'm like, wait, we're having a Mortal Kombat movie. The name of what? Talk about false advertisement.
Yeah.
nigga.
Yeah, facts.
Oh.
It was only Mortal Kombat in name and
Yeah.
and similar characters, man. But let's go ahead and close it out, bro. Hey, Cam, bro, I really do appreciate you for coming on for this episode.
dude,
dog.
thank
This
you
shit
for
was
having
super
me.
You're welcome to come
insightful,
back,
bro.
man.
I
This
would.
shit was
That's
super
what I want to
insightful,
hear,
bro.
Rod. Like
You're welcome to
I
come
would
back.
truly love to.
Not because we really need to
I
have
got a
you
lot
back
of
on.
opinions, and there's a lot of other stuff we can hit on specifically
Hell,
in the
hey,
future.
when we decide to talk about like some more serious topics, I know you're like very in tune with politics and stuff like that.
Oh, for
social
sure, for
issues.
sure.
When we decide to
Hey,
tackle
we were
that,
there. We were there marching.
yes, sir.
Hell
hey,
yeah.
hey, but we got out.
That's
before the
how
tear
it
gas
is.
came,
That's how
man.
it is. Yeah.
I left before the tear gas came, though.
Yeah.
They ain't
No,
catch
I
me
was
with
jealous that I missed on that one. You just got to get behind me so I can go like this. Hey, my dad's a lawyer.
You guys are wild, man. But hey, man, we'll see y'all next week, man. Deuces.